What if planning a wedding in Italy didn't feel overwhelming, but effortless? What if there was someone who truly understood your vision and brought it to life with meaning, elegance, and calm? Today we're meeting the team who do exactly that and more. Welcome to Bespoke Unique Weddings. Usually it's very nice and funny story.
They would never forget how we make them feel.
Communication is the key of everything.
We create a very strong relationship with our couples.
Being transparent in the conversation.
Do you remember your first wedding?
We always have a plan B.
Italy, it's a beautiful country, as you said. It could start from 15,000 and over. So we're here to help them, to make it happen.
They may like it.
And you can create something special for them.
Come to Italy and discover it.
Look around. They need to trust us.
It's like eternal.
Fun.
We
take it, but then we elaborate it.
If we have the right team, we can do whatever.
With a joke, to be honest. Choose the right planner.
It's a huge experience. Hi everyone, I'm Michael, founder of Dreamboat Films and Wet Art, and today we're in Italy filming something truly special. On Wet Art, we're exploring the most inspiring people and places in the wedding world, and our guests today, Bespoke Unique Weddings, are known for designing unforgettable destination celebrations with warmth, grace, and soul. Planners who turn dreams into effortless, emotional experiences. From sacred venues to heartfelt advice, this is your guide to a wedding that feels as good as it looks. If you are a bride dreaming of a wedding in Italy, this is for you. Buongiorno amici. Hello everyone. So today very special day, something incredible. I'm so excited. Today in front of me sitting super talented and beautiful ladies. This is one of the best designers and planners I believe in the world. It's Bespoke Unique Weddings right here in Lake Como.
Yes.
And buongiorno. Ciao. You did so many iconic weddings that's published, and I believe like all respectful magazines in this world publish your weddings, right? Bespoke Unique Weddings. Even the name itself promising something very personal. What does bespoke mean to you in context of the wedding? What do you feel? Yeah.
So
what do you mean?
bespoke is meaning that we really want to create for our couples something special and very personal. So for us this means to really get in contact with the soul of our clients and understand their personal feelings, their personal style, and understand their story, and creating something truly unique. Which is not like a copy and paste of events like you can see, but it's something that stands out because it's just for them. So yes, this is something that we really care about.
Could you tell me a little bit how you start your business? You know, how many years ago and how you started like working with the weddings, because it's really small and close industry and very specific, right? So it's very nice and funny story. How you came to this industry?
Oh, well,
You become the planners.
Actually, we started about 9 years ago. We knew each other. Before that, we were working together in a different industry, but somehow we were involved into like the events industry because we were working for a company producing like furniture for shops, pop-up stores. So we were involved into like the new launching of brands and opening of new stores. So in a way, we were kind of involved in this world. And then living around the corner of Lake Como, and we were actually looking at the growing of the destination weddings. So like with a joke, to be honest, we said, why don't we start?
Okay.
So then, we did our research and then we have launched Bespoke Unique Weddings, and now we are here. After 9 years, we developed a lot.
9 years. It's a huge
Yes.
experience.
We were used to be like sales executives, but also like project managers. So,
it's a
and this is something that it's really, let's say, close to what we do right now, because the project management is something that makes you standing out in the.
Exactly.
Yes.
By the way, do you remember your first wedding, your first project?
Yes.
It was here in Como?
It wasn't like
In a Como?
Yeah.
And you help couples plan a wedding all around Italy, right? Okay. And how did your journey begin from you? From what you start?
Well, so as you mentioned, we do help everyone to plan a wedding in Italy, but not only. Usually it starts with the client's inquiry. So once we get the inquiry, we usually ask for a call because we want to meet, the couple, and we want them to meet us as well, because we need to create also a connection from the first moment, because this is what it's all about, also connection and trust. So from this initial call, we share a lot of, ideas. We understand it to be each other. We explain how we work, and I'm sure then we will talk about it after. We ask a few questions to understand who we have in front of us, and we take it from there.
Okay. And from your perspective, from what the bride have to start?
They have to start
from inquiry.
from the inquiry, for sure. But after the inquiry, the first things, the most important things to start with is definitely book the venue, so understand where they want to get married. So this is why we are there and how we can help them, and we can, guide them in the best area, and then lock the venue. This is one of the most important things.
You are not just a planners, right? You are not just a designer. You're creators of emotion, right? And emotional experience. And what the deeper mission in your company? What do you wanna, provide for
yes,
clients?
definitely the most important thing for us is to help to make sure that both the couple and their guests feel, let's say, at their best. So they enjoy, they can feel welcomed, they feel, let's say, taken care. So this is because for sure they may forget the beautiness of the setup, but they would never forget how we make them feel. So, and how they felt on that days of events. So this is something that it's like eternal, because the memories that they can keep in their heart for the whole life, it's something unique. And that's why we really take care of every detail for making sure that the guests are feeling well, and everything is smooth, and they can just enjoy, and the couple can enjoy without having any thought and every stress.
Is there any something specific or any key moments that make the wedding very smooth and full of unforgettable and very happy emotions from your perspective? What we have to do, what you have to do to make the wedding, really smooth and give possibility to brides to feel all that Italy experience?
I think the planning is the key. When you have a very solid planning schedule, timeline, that we usually share with our couple before the event, so they know what to expect during the day. Of course, last minute things happen, but they need to feel confident that we are there to solve anything. So even if, last second things comes out, we can shift things around. So we are there.
Also, the things comes out.
Quite often. Quite often. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's say the last second, let's call it issue, could happen, but they need to feel confident and comfortable because could be the weather, could be other things. The bride doesn't like her makeup, or I don't know, something happened.
And this is also not just on our side, but it's also like for us, it's very important to create a very good team in terms of suppliers. Because if we have the right team, we can do whatever, even if at the last moment. Right. And this is very important for the couples to trust us when we propose some supplier, because we know that they are reliable, and that we can count on them even if in the last minute, changes and shifts. So this is very important for us.
So the
trust, yes.
Right.
Yes.
They have someone who can support you in any critical situation.
Because by our own, we can't do anything, and we need suppliers that can be really reliable and help us to make it happen.
What inspired you to make so beautiful project? Because I know you're not just the planners, you're designers as well. You see and can imagine that whole picture.
Well, definitely is the taste, because I think if someone doesn't have taste,
basically,
and a mix of elegance and creativity, nothing stands out. So.
And then also I think we are also inspired by the venue itself and the area where we are. So we take inspiration from that. So for example, if you're on the Amalfi Coast, you get like color-wise, or the iconic like lemons. So we get inspiration we play around with that, that part. If you're on Lake Como, maybe you use something different. So that's also something that we try to guide our couple to understand, because maybe their vision is like lemon and pasta and pizza everywhere, but we try to guide them to Italy. It's different, and we get inspiration from each area and how we could bring some elements from the area into the design. So this is something that it's important. And then overall also where we get inspiration, it's like traveling, as we travel a lot, so we get inspiration from from all the city that we visit, the different places. From everything we can, get inspiration, and then we can translate into design.
Into the wedding.
Yeah.
You do the trends that other planners around the globe try to follow. And how do you think, what is the key to create the trends for you? How you do this? How you make the wedding so unique?
I think that it's just giving personal touches, because when you connect with the clients, you understand what they're looking for, you really get so involved, and you can create something special for them. Otherwise, if you don't get also this as a sort of inspiration, then you can, fall into like copy and paste something, or just follow a trend. I mean, everyone, follow some trends. Like we have inspiration from the brides, so we take it, but then we elaborate it. So we understand that she likes a particular trend, but we don't want to replicate it or keep following that trend. So maybe we take inspiration from that, but we try to twist it, giving putting something, some details, and these details comes from the conversation with the couple. So we understand them and we put the things together, and it becomes another trend.
Okay. Could you recommend something, give some advice to the bride? How deep they have to be involved in the process, collaborated with you, to bring their vision and help you to do that wedding that they want to do?
I think this part is very important, because one of the initial questions that we ask to our brides is to give us references, but references not just from other weddings, so not only wedding related. Okay. We ask them what brand they like, what restaurants they like, what artists they like, what hotels they like. So all these together It gives us a full understanding of their personality,
Yes, the designing.
the design. Yeah, because because having just references from previous wedding is not enough. So we want to understand 360 what they like, what type of person they are. They're more trendy, they're more classic. So all this together, for us, it's very important.
Yes, and sometimes also here we need them to trust us, because even if the bride is very, very classic, but sometimes she doesn't expect that something that we can propose her, she may like that. So sometimes there are brides that come with an initial request of just a white wedding, but then when we propose a little touch of color, then they agree. And when they see it, because we present everything with 3D renderings and with a nice mood board, so when they visualize this, they really understand that they may like it. So this helps us also to go a little bit out of the boundaries and then to create for them something particular and special.
Let's talk about how you work with the couple. What happened from the initial message to the wedding day? It's a huge journey, but maybe you can share a key moment, a crucial moment of the planning, and what you can suggest to future brides to avoid the problem in the future.
So definitely the very first step is, as Vale said before, the first video call. So it's always a video call because we need to see each other face to face, even if it's not possible by person, but it's always nice to see each other and to understand the style of each of our couples. So it's definitely something that permits us to select the best venue and to propose them a range of venues that could fit their budget and their guest count, even considering if the venue has indoor space or not, just for like the backup option. And once the venue is set, we start with the search of the accommodation for the guests, because this is very important to start immediately after the venue selection, in order to ensure also a smooth transportation plan for the wedding events. And then obviously everything comes with the planning, like the search and the selection of the photographer, videographer, the flower designer, so all the services involved in the wedding. Then our role is step by step to supply the client with all the proposals and all the quotes and the quotations. And what's very important is that we work on the budget tracker together with the client. So at first we understand what are their priorities in terms of investment. So like if they care more about the entertainment, so they want to invest more in the entertainment rather than in the flower design or in the setup. So this is very important for us to understand what's the client main preferences, and then we work together with them. We help them to make, let's say, the budget as per their expectations, the overall budget. So giving them advices on how to invest and where maybe to invest more or less accordingly to their preferences. Then obviously throughout the planning process, so we also study and define all the schedule of the events together with the couple, and obviously we are there on the coordination and the supervision of all the suppliers during the event.
Interesting. And what do you do to help international couples feel calm and confident when they planning a wedding from abroad?
Well, the communication is the key of everything. So throughout the process, the planning process, we have a lot of calls with our clients because we want really to share everything with them and we want them to share everything with us. So any fears, any concern, we go through together, and we are here in Italy, their eyes and their ears, so we're here to help them to make it happen. So I understand that could be difficult being on the other side of the world. So it's a relationship, but we need a lot of trust. They need to trust us because we are here for them. We're here to help them. We know how it works here. That could be different probably than where they live, with the pros and cons of everything. So they can choose, wisely. They can choose the best option for them.
How many time they have to allocate for whole the planning process, especially if you're talking about a destination wedding, an Italian destination wedding?
Well, it really depends. Normally for the destination wedding, let's say the on-site presence of the couple is not properly required. So normally they come like twice, sometimes for having a look at the venue and to choose the venue, or sometimes. Sorry?
Yes.
Degustation,
the food
like
tasting.
Yes, the food tasting, exactly. Normally it's just like 2 times, but we also made quite a lot of weddings just by video calls and because they could not come.
Right. So there is some couple who never been even in Italy, and you do everything like online.
Yes.
Okay, this is interesting. And this
Even
case,
site inspection, so we can make site inspections for them,
Yeah, we
like
did
with the
several
video.
times.
So it's
wow. So
Yes.
what they surprised most, when they come first time,
That
to
it's
the-
even more beautiful than we expected. Yeah.
This is exactly why we launched Wet Art, to share stories like this that inspire and inform. And if you are planning a wedding in Italy, don't do it alone. Reach out to the team at Bespoke Unique Weddings. And if you are still looking for a photo and video team, we would love to connect. Click the link below to claim a free engagement shot with us in Italy or everywhere in the United States. Let's meet, create and capture something unforgettable together. Could you share what are some of the biggest fears or misconceptions couples have when planning a destination wedding in Italy, and how do you help to solve that fears and misconceptions?
So sometimes the main fear could be the weather, and sometimes we are also asked how could be the weather in that season. It's something that it's unpredictable, especially
Right.
for instance in Lake Como, where we have the mountains and the clouds may crash with and creating like rain. But what we always try to make them understand is that we know we are local, we know how to manage all of these, and so we always have a plan B. This is very important, and even if the clients sometimes say, no, I don't need a plan B, we always push for
Exactly. We need
that, in order to make
Very
sure
important.
that we are all, without stress on the day, because it may happen that the weather may change even very suddenly, and we are very used to, to rework the schedule and to make things work even if it rains. Or if there is wind. So it's not just rain, but there are some other meteo situations that we have to face sometimes. But it's just like, management
Okay.
of all the situations.
Okay.
And also sometimes what probably could be stressful for them, or they think that probably could be something that it's a little bit difficult, could be like the language barrier. How do I manage with all the vendors? How do I deal with everything? I mean, the reason why we're here and we will be with them, it's for this reason. They don't have to deal with any vendors, so there is no issue, no language barrier. They have to deal with us. We will deal with the vendors, so they can, they can be, no stress for them.
Absolutely.
because they
Just
don't
focus on
have-
the moment and enjoy the life, enjoy the moment, enjoy the
Exactly. They
wedding.
don't have also during the day,
Exactly.
what do I have to do? Where do I have to go? There is no stress. Also, what my guests will do, how do they know where they have to move from one area to the other? How do they arrive to the venues?
Right.
We are here for them, and we will guide them and direct them to, all the different phases of the event itself.
Yes, I mean, one important thing is the responsiveness. So we are very responsive, and this is quite important to get the trust of the clients and also on the guests. So I think that feeling that we are so responsive, they may feel, better because they know that we are there, and whatever happens, we are there to solve things.
Exactly.
Yes, we spend a
do
lot
our
of
best.
yeah, we do our best, and we spend a lot of time talking with them. As we said, during video calls, WhatsApp messages, we are always, Cinzia was saying, we're always there. So we never leave anyone without an answer. Especially like towards the wedding dates where they get a little bit more stressful and anxious and nervous. So they always get an answer from us, to any question, to any doubt. Even if we have to take call like later in the evening, we're here to help them. Yeah.
What are some of your favorite regions or hidden gems to plan wedding in, and why?
Italy, it's a beautiful country, as you said.
Yes.
So it's very difficult to choose a region or an area like as a favorite. Definitely we love the classics. So
Yeah.
Lake Como, Tuscany, Amalfi Coast, they're very different to each other, but very beautiful and very iconic. But we also love to, discover and offer to our clients some, hidden gems that maybe they're not as popular as for the one I just mentioned, but they are beautiful venues, different environments, different look and feel, and we try to explain to our clients the differences, among the different areas, and showing them the, pictures and videos, just to let them understand a little bit more and visualize these areas that maybe they're not very familiar with.
Right.
We are in a country with a lot of resources.
Right.
So there's a lot to discover, and there's a lot that we can offer. So that's why we were saying before, we need to understand with the couple what they're looking for, what's their expectation in terms of events, and we will guide them.
And this is my second question. So, for example, for instance, if the bride tell you, okay, I want to have a wedding in Italy, how help her to find the proper location, exact location?
So normally we just ask questions, as much questions as we can, to understand basically what's their envisioning. For instance, there could be some couple looking for an environment with olive groves, or others that would prefer to have a sea view or a lake view with mountains, which is just in a few places.
Exactly.
So definitely it's something that we need to understand their vision and their desire, their true desire. So accordingly to that, obviously we also consider the budget. And trying to put together those two things, we start the venue search.
And the guest count.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is important.
Together with this information, we start the search and we put together some proposals. But definitely, it really depends on the type of event they would like to have. So if it's more classic, elegant rather than rustic, chic, so it's definitely something that it's also on their way of being. That reflects then the type of events they may prefer to have.
How do you think what the budget future brides have to allocate for the venue? Is there any difference between, for example, the north and south coast, or in the Midlands, or?
It could start from 15,000 and over, but as Cinzia was mentioning, it really depends, because maybe on the lower side, it's maybe in not a very ancient villa, but a private villa, let's say, on the Tuscany hills, with a nice pool. But then if you extend, you want the ancient villa from the 17th century, then the price might increase. Or maybe it's like a 5-star resort where you can get also the rooms into your package. Then it's another cost. It's very, very difficult to say, and because there are a lot of ranges of venues.
That's why also the area, because it depends also in which area you're targeting, because there are more expensive areas, which are more
In the common,
exclusive.
right?
So if you want an exclusive event in an exclusive area, obviously the cost is higher.
Right.
But you know what? It's Como is also expensive, but the venues available are not that many. So other areas have got more options. So like Tuscany, it's wider. You have a lot of options right
Yeah,
here than
makes
Como,
sense.
where you have a smaller, number of venues. So also this, makes the price.
Yes, I also think that it's not just the venue cost, because they don't have to consider just the venue, because sometimes, for instance, if we are talking about Ravello or areas which are more tricky in terms of transportation,
Like Venice.
Venice, yeah.
other cost voices may mean a lot into the overall budget. So it's not just the venue, and this is also our value added to
Exactly.
give the right advice to the clients, saying that it's not just the venue cost, but we have to consider many other factors that makes finally the overall cost.
Yeah, this is why it's one of the first step of the planning process, because starting from this, we build, the right planning, and we build the right budget, because it happens sometimes that we have clients that they come to us and they already have the venue, and maybe they've chosen the wrong venue for their budget. So then it gets very complicated to fit into their budget with that venue.
Right.
So that's why it's very important, and it's the first step of the planning, to understand all these questions, because to guide them since the beginning to make wise decision. Because if you start with the wrong foot, then it's difficult.
It's going to be complicated in the end. How you blend the different culture, or maybe some uniqueness of the culture, with all this Italian vibe to make really special and unique event and experience for our brides.
So this is very interesting for us in terms of design, because it's quite a challenge to try to incorporate the heritage of the couple into an Italian style event. So sometimes, obviously, it also happens that since we normally have 2 or 3 wedding events, maybe the style of one of each could be different. So we could maybe focus on the heritage style of the couple into one event, and maybe have the Italian style also in terms of catering on the other events. But sometimes it's also asked from the couple to incorporate just a touch of their heritage, like Chinese or Indian, into the Italian style of weddings. So this is the challenge. And we always
together.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. I love that mix.
And we always try to make it, let's say, in the most chic way, because it's not easy. And we are very happy when we finally can make it in a way that it feels very, very refined and still speaks about them.
Now I have a couple questions about wedding experience and about the weddings that touch you most of all.
So obviously all of them are, something very emotional for us.
Right.
Because we, after like one year and a half sometimes of meetings and of calls and WhatsApp, we create a very, very strong relationship with our couples. So every celebration is like memorable for us and emotional. But if we have to think about one particularly, I was thinking to a couple that was married last year in October in Tuscany. They are an Indonesian couple. They already had their wedding celebration in Indonesia, like for kind of week of celebration. So they really aimed to have something very, very intimate for just the two of them. So they still invited like 200 people for the wedding events, but they really care and wanted to have an intimate like elopement. So that was very emotional, because they were just the two of them, and we really felt like, so much love in between of them too, that we were there and we really breathed this love. And this is something, they were two beautiful people, and that really makes the difference.
Very beautiful story. All your weddings still in your heart. You remember many details. But
Yes.
what is common between all of these weddings? What make them really unique and memorable?
Fun.
Fun.
The fun that they all have during the wedding, because they, at the end of the process, they realize that they can trust us. So we became like sort of friends at the end. So they understand that we are there for them, and they really are stress-free during the event, and they really enjoy what is happening. And we usually like to have a lot of things happening during the events, like fun things, because beautiful, flowers, design, it's something very important and still memorable for, for them, for the couple and for the guests. But most of all, it's the entertainment, what they had, what they felt during the events.
Right.
Like when they have a great party, there is a great atmosphere with the right music, the right flow of events, the right drinks and food. This is what it's really memorable. So this is what we like to do. A lot of entertainment, because entertainment makes everything. People are, are having fun. They enjoy, and they go back home with great memories.
So let's jump into the very specific, very tricky question. I know it's difficult to answer, but listen, most of the bride and especially grooms want to know it. Can you imagine what what I want to ask you? Yeah, let's talk about the budget, especially if you're talking about a destination project in Italy. Could you give me just general ideas from what that project can start? If we're talking about like a regular, just very, average wedding, I mean like in terms of count of the guests, or,
Well,
give me some idea.
As you said, it's a tricky
Yeah.
question and difficult to answer. What we could say is, just some advice or initial information. It's like a starting from, because it all depends then how the selection of the venues, the design, and blah blah blah.
Entertainment.
It depends a lot of things. But we will consider, like, for the wedding day itself, for let's say on the smaller guest count, something more intimate. With this, I mean, what we do, so very like custom and luxury design in beautiful venues. I would consider starting from 200,000 roughly, and then of course it's
Sky's the
growing.
limit, right?
Exactly, it's growing. If you want, most of them they want to add like a welcome dinner,
Yeah.
a farewell brunch, and then of course design-wise.
We are always transparent from the very beginning. We don't care if we don't get finally project because we prefer to be transparent.
And we don't promise anything that is not achievable.
Exactly.
What the most important part of the wedding budget, or
In terms of cost.
in terms of the
Yes,
cost?
so the venue for sure.
The venue.
The venue. If a marquee is necessary, also the marquee takes quite a lot of budget.
And the design for us, it's very important,
and
the
the
design,
design,
because
yes.
this is what we love to do. I mean, this is what our peculiarity, I think, that if
Yeah.
because it's because you want a certain design, so we allocate a certain amount for the design.
Yeah, and you also mentioned about the biggest budget you work with.
Yes.
If you don't mind, could you share with us some numbers?
It was almost 2 million.
Wow! Great! Good job!
Yeah. And that's very, very challenging, but
Yeah.
very, very, interesting for us, because we can do such a lot of custom things and setups, which is something that, it's obviously standing out and unbelievably memorable.
By creating also experience for guests.
Yeah.
So on top of that it's also very nice and very involved of the guests, to do something special, something memorable. It's all little thoughtful things, that are, something that, your guests and the couple will keep in their memory forever.
Is there something that pretty often brides don't really realize until it's too late?
So for sure, they have to think about the plan B. So when we suggest them to have a strong plan B, especially accordingly to the area we are in, they need to trust because having a backup option in terms of safe place for bad weather, it's always important to avoid bad experiences. So even if there is a cost related to this, it's important to understand the value of that cost, which definitely they understand when on the day there is the rain and they have a space where to stay and where we can recreate the setup of their dreams.
Okay.
And also the logistic. It's very something that they have to consider, that people probably they don't really understand that here in Italy we have some areas, like for example we are here in Lake Como.
Como, yeah.
Or could be the Amalfi Coast, are a little bit tricky, small road, villas up on the hill, on the rocks, so that you can only get there with, barges or boats. When they arrive and they see with their eyes, they really understand, wow, this was not expected.
Oh, wow. Could you give maybe most important 3 advices for all future brides who want to do destination wedding in Italy?
Right. So let's say choose the right planner.
Okay. Right.
Being transparent in the conversation with the planner, that is the key of everything, because if you are not fully transparent of what's your expectation, what you want, or anything comes to your mind,
Also what you don't like. Because
what you don't like.
If we don't get this feedback, it's difficult for us to, have another proposal and get to the
right
vision.
one. Yeah, like if you don't like something, you just say, I don't like it, because otherwise we will never get there and we will never get to know each other. Really. So that is very important. And trust your planner. We are here to help you. We are here to make it happen in the best way. And we are working for you, not against you. So we are here to support you in every single step of the planning.
And the last question. In your opinion, what's make the Italy not just a beautiful place for the wedding, but the right one?
So I think the best answer would be come to Italy and discover it.
Look around. I think
Agree.
it speaks itself.
Yeah.
I love it. It's perfetto. It's
so many
perfetto.
Perfetto, bellissimo.
Bellissimo, bravo. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank
It was
you
so
too.
pleasure
Grazie.
to work
Big pleasure
with you, to talk with you. Your advice is very helpful. So thank you so much and grazie mille.
Grazie
Grazie a te. Grazie.
Ciao.
Bene.
So, weddings in Italy are not just beautiful, they are soulful. Today we learned that really luxury is having someone who truly listens to you and turns your vision into reality with care and creativity. Huge thanks to the team at Bespoke Unique Weddings, and thank you for joining us here on WedArt. If you are planning a destination wedding in Italy and want it to feel personal, smooth and full of meaning, reach out to Bespoke Unique Weddings. And if you are still searching for your dream photo and video team, we'll be honored to tell your story. Click the link below to get a complimentary engagement session with us wherever in Italy or United States. We can't wait to meet you.